Peace. I'm out rolling, heading back to the house. And I wanted to share something real quick. I feel like no, I don't feel, I know. I have unfinished business with the Bible. I have unfinished business, and a lot of you do too. Most of us, when we started coming into higher knowledge, we started, one of the gateways for us was finally starting to read other things. And for me, to be honest, I've said this before, I never studied, read nothing in the Bible when I went to church. I would be the person who had to use the index to find the scriptures. And so as I started studying, though, when I did start back reading other things, I developed a distaste for Christianity, religion, period, and for the Bible. But there is unfinished business with the book. See, many of us don't even consider the Bible because we have not gotten over the trauma of associating it with the indoctrination of religion. Well, I am so far gone from that paradigm that I'm able to assess the book with clear eyes now. And when I tell you everything and anything that you can think of is in the book, although it's been doctored up, it's been watered down, books have been taken out, everything, it is still a very powerful book. So, one thing, I'm going to follow my spirit and I'm going to start uh, going in more in depth on breaking down scriptures and showing you Kabbalah in the Bible, comparing the Bible to the Quran, showing you numerology in the Bible, showing you astrology in the Bible, and overall just metaphysics and occult concepts that are all encased in that book. I mean, it's unbelievable. It is one hell of a crafted book. So well crafted that they hid layers and layers and layers of um, coded information in not the whole book, but one scripture. You can take one scripture, or you can take one word in the scripture and just a little bit of uh, breakdown of the language, linguistics. You can uncover all types of shit. I want to do, when I get a chance, I want to do a teaching session just on the word spit. 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 You would be uh, at what you can uncover about our whole existence just in the word spit. Remember in the Bible where um what's the town they came in? It's not Bethlehem, but it's another one that starts with the Beth. Um, prefix. It's not Bethsaida. Either way, I can't remember. Jesus comes into the town and there's a blind man, and he goes over to heal the man, give him eyesight. He touches him once after he spit into some mud, put on his eyes, asked him what he could see, and then the guy said, "I can see men, but they're like trees." Then he spit, touched him again, then asked him, "What do you see?" And the man said, "I can see clear now." Many preachers have touched on this in church, and uh, growing up, I mean, I've heard them, the second touch of Jesus, all that. But that passage is unbelievably deep. And you don't even have to go any further than just the word spit. And we're talking about different principles of language. You're talking about um, etymology. You're talking about lexicograms, anagrams. Anagram is where you take a word and you hide its meaning by changing the letters around. Okay? Like you take the word earth, you move the words around, the letters around, and you get heart. And when you break down the etymology of the word heart, it coincides directly with the word earth, because heart means core. That's the root of the word heart is core. And what's the core inside of the earth? Core of the earth. And then you have a book that comes out called the Quran. And then what is the number one thing that gets people going when they go into, let's say, a church, like a Baptist church? Somebody playing chords on an instrument. See, all this stuff is connected. If you start studying language, you can break the mysteries. So this is something that I have got to do. I got to find a way to get the time to do this. I'm going to do it on YouTube, I guess. We're going to do a class on this scripture, which is Mark, I think it's chapter 8. One of the accounts is in Mark chapter 8, starting at verse 23, 22, somewhere around there. And we're going to break this down. And you will see just how amazing not only the Bible is and its magical principles, but how amazing you are. Because the book is not a historical book. The Bible is a roadmap for God to find itself. And God is you trying to find itself. When you look at Kabbalah, you see how um, as the worlds unfold, Kether goes to Hokmah. Hokmah goes across to Bina. Bina then crosses down. If you look at the tree of life, you will see how, if we want to call it God, fell into humanity. And you will then see that it looks like a lightning bolt. And then you go back and read in Ezekiel, either Ezekiel or Isaiah, they both have the accounts of the fall of Lucifer. And they talk about how he fell like a lightning bolt. That is Kabbalah. That is not talking about some evil creature who God got mad at and said, "You're trying to outdo me, nigga," and throw him down into the earth. No, that is shrouded mystical language. They're talking about how you came about. You are God that got trapped. So the Kabbalah is showing you how you came into this, what we call reality, and how you go back up out of it. And all of that is in the Bible. It's all in the Bible. So I have really been inspired over the years by C. Freeman L., amongst other great teachers. You heard me talking about Bobby Hemmett all the time. But C. Freeman L. used to say that the only book that you will find in just about every black person's house is a Bible. So why do we spend so much time with this watered down rhetoric about y'all still sitting around reading that Bible, and you need to wake up, and all that kindergarten consciousness stuff. You know, you praying to white Jesus and all that. That's kindergarten. And if you at this stage have a problem with picking up the Bible, then that means you're still battling with and this is not to talk down to you, but just understand what it is. You're still battling with your religiosity. You haven't exercised the demon of a religious mind. So you can't look at those books, the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, and all the others. You can't look at the books that are associated with organized, and especially the Abrahamic religions, Judaism, Islam, Christianity. You can't look at those books without having some type of emotional feeling, and that bothers you. So you don't want anything to do with them, and you want to throw dirt on them. A sign of your maturity and your growth is that you can take anything. You know what I'm looking for now? Whatever them Jehovah's Witnesses be reading, I want one of them. I want their book too. Now, I'm not gonna sit and entertain that bullshit when they come to my door. The last time a Jehovah's Witness came to they only come to my house one time, and it was raining, and I said, "Oh, hold up," and I ran their ass all the way back to their car in my flip flops. I got my notebook, and beat them down with scholarship back to their car. Normally they stand there and beat you down. No, I beat their ass. They've never come back. So it ain't about trying to align with their little cult, but I want their book. See, this is another sign of your maturity. I got a Mormon Bible. In the Mormon Bible, they got a book of they got a book of morose. What's the title? Moroni. Moroni. That's one of the books in the Mormon Bible. Book of Moroni. More. They got one, two, three, I think 3 books called the Nephilim. So if your mind is closed and it's like, oh, that old cult shit, you'll miss out on something, little jewel. See, that's the trick. That's the trick. See, my mind is above being colonized by any group. Black, white, anything. I ain't in nobody's group. So therefore, it gives me the freedom to be able to consider any literature and, like I say, eat the fish and spit out the bones. So I don't know what them Jehovah's Witnesses read, but I want their shit too, because I know it was started by a Masonic group and they hid some knowledge in there. So I'm just saying all this to say that keep your mind open. There is just so much available to us now. So many mysteries are being uncovered. And we know it's because this is a special time. It's a special time because we're able to look at certain things, concepts that generations before us were not able to break, but we're able to see them now and break these things because it's time to break these mysteries. You know, I had somebody call me earlier today, and I want to say this. I'm challenging you all out there who have more time on your hands. You people are the Michael Jordans and the uh, Magic Johnsons of illumination. You're the superstars. The hell with all these YouTube motherfuckers. I'm talking to you. You people out there who nobody knows. Because I talked to a sister and she got so many gifts that she's tapped into. So I was just thinking about this. I said, all my life I really had nothing actually special. I can write, I can draw, you know, I'm a little bit musically inclined, but I've never been actually just great or had any just special gifts. I've had to work for everything. When I played sports, I was pretty strong, but I wasn't that person who could just pick up a house. I had to work to get stronger to be a better athlete on the football field. So that's just that's I accept that. And today I was thinking, I'm more of a Phil Jackson. I'm a coach. I'm a great coach. I'm a great um strategizer. Or did I make up a word? God damn. Strategist, that's the word. I'm a great strategist. But some of you out there are the Michael Jordans, are the Magic Johnsons, are the Flojos, are the Serenas. You're the superstar, the equivalent of the superstar athletes. You're sitting on gifts and um, talents that need to be turned on. So if you want to figure out how to use my gift is to ignite your fire. I'm a great fire starter. So if you've got time on your hands, make sure you're not wasting it. Make sure that you are tapping into your magic. I do mine in my own little way. But some of you out there got some real special shit. But I got all off my original topic. I'm going to be breaking down these scriptures coming up. So that's all I got. Enough babbling and rambling for this evening. Brother Jamal, mastersofthecosmos.com. To all my members, I got some classes coming. Please bear with me. I'm working, trying to take care of my family,